a check on deficit spending across all of the Eurozone. So basically, there's absolutely no policy space in the EU should another recession occur. Is that something that concerns you?
Absolutely. And this is one reason to get out of the euro. I mean, the European Union is, again, the crash dummy analogy. It's designed to crash dummy on the assumption you won't actually hit the brick wall. Now, it's hit the brick wall already. And we're in an aftermath with an excessive overhang of private debt, which is not what they worry about, which means growth will never be there because people can't use credit as part of demand. So there's all sorts of reasons why this is going to fail. And particularly the negative interest rates are another sign that people in charge of the system do not understand the system itself.
Right. Yeah, and you know, one of my concerns is Italy, because if Italy falls into a recession and Italian banks are under pressure, that would require both budget cuts and bail-ins, ostensibly two things that would be very negative for the Italian economy. And you know, I'm concerned that this would actually be an event of seismic proportions in Europe, given the size of Italy. How should the EU be preparing for that event, and were it to occur, what should the EU do, you know, if Italy gets into trouble?
Everything the opposite of what its current policies are. They should allow the Italians to run a large budget deficit to make up for the decline in the private sector. They should not buy the whole idea that they should bail in depositors shows they don't understand banking, because if you do that, you eliminate the money supply and cause the economy to fall in size further. So reverse that. No bail-ins of depositors. Finance the banks out, but the banks become nationalised before they then get reorganised and sold back into private ownership. And also, the only thing I think way we can get out of this, the real cause of this whole crisis is the accumulation of private debt that's occurred under all these regimes around the whole world. Use the central bank's capacity to help to create money to cancel private debt and reduce the private debt burden and let the economy get back to where it was in the 1950s and 60s with a low debt burden and therefore plenty of capacity for credit growth. There's absolutely no chance of that being done while order-liberals like Schäuble are dominating the system.
So you're not very optimistic, obviously.
No, it's a question of where the disaster first occurs. Will it occur with France leaving the euro or Italy using the euro? I think it comes down to those two countries, which are both big enough to consider making that exit. And at that stage, then it's just going to be, how do they cope with the chaos?